Hello and welcome to the African Dominion. My name is Freeman Singirankabo, and thank you so very much for joining our program today. Those of you joining us live, especially if you're joining us live from the social media like Facebook, YouTube, and some of our private social media, welcome. We are so glad and so thrilled and so humble that you can find some time out of your busy schedule, especially on this Friday, and tuning to our program today. That goes the same with all those of you joining us live from the television and radio station. We are super excited, guys, super excited to have you, especially those of you who have already started your weekend, and yet you're still tuning in to your television, to your radio station, just so that we can hang out, just so that we can share the conversation that is most deeply within our hearts. We are so excited, and I just want to give you guys a huge welcome to all of you. Very excited to be here, very humbled to be here, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here, right now, at this very moment. And I'm so excited, guys, and I just want to say to all of you following that it is quite a humbling experience, and I am super excited. And we are going to be very frank with you, very bold with you. And we got apologies to nobody. We have nobody's apologies. We apologize to nobody for all of us, for us meeting today, for us getting together today, for us talking the things that are very deep, very important to us, to our families, and so on. So I'm very excited, guys. And I just want to give you guys a huge welcome to all those of you joining us today. And not only that, I also want to make sure that I give a huge thanks to our technical team, to our distributors, to HMG Network and affiliates for the opportunity to push our signal across the globe, where everybody can be able to follow, be it on television, radio stations, all social media. We are very excited, and thank you for this humbling experience, but also thank you for working on behalf of our brothers and sisters all over the world, especially those who are voiceless. We are really, really, really very grateful. And it is for this reason that I also want to appear to all those of you and let you know that our conversation, as you have come to accustom or to be accustomed, we speak with you guys in the spirit of truth, love, and trust. And these are the benchmarks by which everything that we get to share with you guys, everything that we do, everything that we want to bring in front of you, we want to do it in the spirit of truth, love, and trust. And we also want you to have the opportunity to measure the content and the integrity of everything that we are doing, to make sure that those benchmarks stay high, and they can hold up to what we have dedicated ourselves to. And with that in mind, guys, I also want to welcome each and every one of you to show us some feedback. Everything we do it so that we can actually be an added value to all those of you. Be it yourself, your family, your community, even your nations or our nations. There is no one thing that we're doing here just for the heck of doing it because we have some free airtime or that we have some money to blow or to waste. No, we are not wasteful. In fact, we do our very best to make sure that we become very good steward of our time, of our resources, and everything and anything that is entrusted to us. So that means just because we're on air, just because we're on television, just because we're on a radio station, just because we're on social media, it does not mean that we take this work lightly. We take it seriously because not only it's time consuming, it takes energy, it takes money, it takes resources, it takes so many lives that are dedicated behind this production. Some of whom you may see physically in front of these cameras, and those we will never get to see. And for those reasons, everything we do, we want to make sure that we dedicate it to all of those of you guys. All of you out there. We want to make sure that the work that we do get to speak for itself, but it also makes you proud of what we are doing. It makes you want to, we hope that it actually will make you want to support, to be a part of this, and to push yourself further and further and further, just so that you can be a part of this beacon that's speaking, that's lighting, that's speaking on behalf of all our brothers and sisters who are voiceless. And so with that in mind, guys, make sure that you leave us a message. Make sure that you leave us a beautiful, beautiful feedback. However it is, it can actually be a feedback that's negative or positive, because everything that we do here, we do it so that it can be an added value, like I say. If it's an added value for you, let us know. And if it isn't, also let us know and help us to improve. Let us know what we can do to improve so that we do not waste any of your time or any of the times of our brothers and sisters and those who are sacrificing every single second, every single minute, so that this conversation, this programming, and this production can actually be of an added value to all of us combined as collective, all right? And so, and with that in mind, I want to direct you to how you can be able to get in touch with us, how you can make sure that everything you share with us actually reach us, reach the hands where they are meant to be, where you are meaning to actually send them through. So all our production, everything that we are doing here on and off camera, if you want to send us some feedback, send them through our website, which is www.afridominion.com. www.afridominion.com. Be sure to check into to our email, our telephone, our social media handlers, and any other way, shape, and form that you are able to reach out to us. Currently, you can absolutely reach out to us using our email, which is info@afridominion.com. You can reach out to us using our phones. Phones are there. Plenty of phone numbers, main office numbers, but also social media numbers. So be sure that you are not left out. We want to be able to connect, want to be able to link up with you. We want to be able to do work, to do some of this work with you. When you are also in charge, when you are also able and willingly wanting to come forward, willingly wanting to give a helping hand, all right? So with that in mind, guys, very excited for today. We have Friday on March the 18th, 2022. I'm very, very excited for this opportunity to appeal to you before hand right in front of you, and especially those of you guys who are just finished work, who have just arrived at home, even those of you who are just waking up and you have chosen to tune us in while you're traveling to work. You have chosen to just eat breakfast while you're listening or watching us. We are super excited and so humble and grateful for this opportunity to come in front of you. And with that in mind, we do not take it lightly, like I said. This is an important work that we're doing, that we are dedicating to our brothers and sisters all over the world. In particular, our African brothers and sisters, kings and queens, our ancestors, those of you who have brought us to this world. We are super excited, and this is your time. So, and with that, I want to go right ahead and give you a huge welcome to all of you. However you're watching, however you're listening, however you're participating, welcome, welcome, welcome. How do we do this? How do we do this? This production, this program, it is all our program. This is a production that sons and daughters, Africans, we are responsible for. Every single day for 5 business days or for 5 days, we are responsible for this. And with that in mind, I want to get right down to dirty what we are doing here. I want to get right to it. So this is a production that we have chosen to call Afridominion. It's a show. But Afridominion didn't just fall from the sky. It is actually an idea as well. So those of you who are not familiar with what it is, this is where I would like to start as I let you know, as I talk to you about what we do here. So what is Afridominion? Afridominion, it's an idea that inspires, that advocates, that encourages, even helps take back the full dominion of Africa and African resources, one nation at a time or one country at a time, by the sons, daughters, and African descendants all in the interest of African people, primarily, and then the rest of the world afterwards. That's the idea. Now, the show, it's a mouthpiece of the idea. Here on the show, we get to actually speak on behalf of all these bold ideas. We get to become the mouthpiece of the idea, which means you can expect that all our programs, every single one of the programs that we have, should be able to inspire you, first and foremost, you Africans, sons and daughters, kings and queens. We want to make sure that we inspire you. We want to make sure that we actually advocate for you, advocate on behalf of your families, advocate on behalf of your communities, advocate on behalf of your nations. All of you who are voiceless, we want to make sure that we advocate on your behalf. Not only that, we want to make sure that we encourage you to do the same, be it in front of our cameras or behind the scenes. And we want to make sure that we actually roll the sleeves and we help each and every one of you to assume your position and to take back dominion of Africa and African leadership, African resources. Who are taking that dominion? Us, sons and daughters, kings and queens, African descendants. This is our time. This is your time to take back that full dominion, the full dominion of Africa and African resources. Again, one nation at a time. But all of you, brothers and sisters, again, for the interest of us first and foremost, and then the rest of the world afterwards. I also want to put it out here right away. This is not discrimination. It is not discrimination at all. Why? Our house is on fire. Our house has been on fire. Africa has been on fire for many decades, many centuries. This is our season to bring back the house in order, to bring back Africa in order, to do what we can, to do what we must do as sons and daughters, kings and queens of Africa, to take back what is rightfully ours, to take back charge of Africa, to take back the resources, the leadership of Africa. Make sure that it actually has benefit to each and every one of you, first and foremost, before it has benefit to foreigners and those who aren't in Africa. Because right now, as it stands, Africa, African resources, everything Africa has a direct interest to foreigners, first and foremost. Africans come last. So we want to flip that. We want to flip it. There's no way that your inheritance goes to foreigners before it comes to you. We got to keep it real, guys. We absolutely must keep it real. This is not discrimination. I'll give you an example so I can just go ahead and move right on. Right now, every single nation on planet Earth, it fights, it seeks, it protects the interests of its citizens first and foremost. That doesn't mean that they are discriminating. They simply focus on its own sons and daughters first and foremost. Same thing with Africa. I just want to make sure that it's clear. The activities that we do, the activities that we take place, that we actually participate in, these are meant for us first and foremost. And we make no apologies about it. Once everything is in order, we can actually help the rest of the world. And then make the entire planet better. But we cannot do it if even our house is not in order. I want to make sure that it's clear, guys. Plain out clear. Not beating around the bushes, not going behind before you go straight to the point. No, we come straight to you, we give it to you the way it is, we make no apologies about it, and we keep moving. All right? Now that you know what we are about, we also want to make sure that all those of you come and participate, especially you sons and daughters. You got to be able to wake up. Wake the giant of you. Wake it up so you can be a part of this exciting season, exciting moments. that we are participating in right now. Right now, Africa is back in its own season. If you so choose to take back what is rightfully yours, this is it, guys. This is it. And I know it may sound funny. It may sound funny to some of those of you, and to others you may be like, psh, you may just write it off. But be it as it may, we will do what we gotta do. You also can do what you gotta do. And with that in mind, guys, again, super excited for this season, super excited for this moment, and I would rather be nowhere else but here doing this right now, right at this moment, right at this season. And why do I stress on that? I stress on it because this is life for us. This is life for me. I'm not joking with you. I'm not playing with you. I'm not just wasting my time. No, this is life for me. So what we're sharing with you right now, it's something that matters to us. It matters to me. And therefore, it matters how I behave. It matters how I carry myself. It matters how you yourselves also carry yourself. So let's not waste any time. Let's not waste any time of your brothers and sisters. Let's not close the doors that have been so opened for us with tears behind them. Let's not waste any opportunity. Let's be serious about everything that has been entrusted to us. And with that, guys, I want to go ahead and give you a huge welcome, like I said. And I also want to tell you that everything that we do, we have decided to do it this production 5 days in a week, which means we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday that we get to broadcast. Our broadcast time is Monday through Friday, 12 Eastern Standard Time to 1:30, which means everything that we do it during that time frame. Those of you who aren't familiar with what Eastern Standard Time is, it is Washington, D.C. in the United States time frame. 12 o'clock to 1:30 Washington, D.C. time. If you want to catch us live, that will be the perfect time to catch us. But you don't have to be in Washington, D.C. to catch us because, like I say, we have our brothers and sisters who are actually distributing the signal all over the globe through our sister channels, through our affiliates, through social media, through various platforms, television, radio station, and all these technologies that we have at hand. So we want to take advantage and we want to make sure that we maximize this opportunity as we have. So with that in mind, guys, all these days we get to do a production, and every single production is a part of a theme. We have 5 themes that we actually do all our production in, or 5 themes that we actually get to broadcast everything, all our programs in. Monday we have a different theme, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today, it's Friday. The theme for Friday, it's current event and its impact towards Africa and African people. On Thursdays, we talk about the spirit of dominion. On Wednesdays, we get to write our testimony. We get to tell our own story, our own ways, with no apologies. On Tuesdays, we get to talk about the Constitution, law, and policy review and implementations of Africa and African affairs, African nations. You, whatever business that you are in, we get to scrutinize the instructions, a set of rules, a set of laws behind that allows you to do what you do. But in particular, we make sure that we focus on our nations, on our region, our villages, your family, and myself. All of us, we make sure that we focus explicitly for those constitution, those laws, and these policies. Why does that matter? Because that's how we are ruled. We want to be able to take all that back in our own interest, or for the interest of our own people first and foremost. On Monday, we get to talk about the eradication of African refugees and African stateless persons. All these themes, they may sound so fancy, they may sound so intimidating, but do not be intimidated. These are just themes. And if you are new to all of this, come and hang out with us Monday through Friday. See what you think, see what you like, see what you feel about what we got going on here. As for me, I love this. I love this because this is the only time we get the opportunity to actually speak our hearts. Not only we speak the truth, love and trust, or we come in the spirit of truth, love and trust, but we literally make no apologies about it. So whatever we do, it is what it is. What you see is what you get. We do not fake it. We do not copy it. This is it. No need to fake. And I love that because we've never had opportunities where we can actually come straight and talk what was on our hearts. Without someone saying, wait, you gotta say it this way. Wait, you have to do it that way. Wait, that is not acceptable. We constantly have had institutions, organizations, people wanting to put a mouthpiece on our mouth, to check us, to censor what we share and what we cannot share. And unfortunately, even on these platforms, it still happens. Someone may not like what we are saying. An institution may not like what we are saying. It could be this platform, it could be another platform. They may not always like what we are saying. This is how you would know that they're not liking what you are saying. If you see us being terminated, if you see us being kicked off, and there is no reason behind it, except that they will usually come up with something that says like, we have violated some sort of guidelines that they had set forth. And it is for this reason, guys, we are also excited to let you know that we are also building our own platform so that we can avoid being booted off these networks. So we need your help. We need your help. We need your financial help. We need your brain. We need your time. We need your creativity so we can build robust infrastructure. Be able to communicate, be able to share the things that we believe is very important. We're doing it right now. We will do it tomorrow. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take. We will get it done. We will do it until it's done, until it's completed. So that is the good news. The bad news, all these networks that have been boarding us off, we will leave you anywhere sometime soon. We're not hating. We're just being truthful to you guys. We do not like it when you boot us off. We do not like it when you actually cut our production or when you silence us, when you censor us. But since you hold the microphone, the big microphone, since you hold the pipes, until we are matured enough to have our own pipes, we will have to play by your rules. You know what they say. You want to be in your father's house, you pay by your father's rule. We want to use these technologies that isn't ours. We got to be able to respect the boundaries that they have set for us. And until we mature to have our own infrastructure, then we can let loose responsibly also. Because not everything we would like to share, we are able to share it, but I guarantee you, soon and very soon we will be able to share. And with that in mind, guys, I want to jump right in it because we have started a little bit late. We started 15 minutes late. And by the way, our apologies for starting late. Lately, we've been having some challenges technologically that we are not able to start on time. But we are working on it. We are working in, just like I just told you, some of the hindrances that we are meeting. We are working tirelessly behind the scene to rectify these issues, to solve these issues, to make sure that we can actually be fully independent in these productions. Because we really, 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 really mean what we are saying and what we are doing. You can check us anytime, anywhere. You do not have to let us know that you're coming. That's how much we believe in what we are doing. We do not hide. We are in the public. And whatever we say it publicly. because we believe it. But I also want to put it out there that we are not perfect. Anytime that we do make any mistakes, guys, we promise you that we will correct that most urgently. If we make any mistakes on air, we will have to rectify it on air, plain and simple. That's how we are going to deal with you, and that's how we are going to deal with every single production, every single program that we are going to have. So let's jump right in, guys. So today what we got going on, we have a topic that goes like, how many of you can dedicate your lives to dominion or to the dominion of Africa, all the way to prison and firing squad? Let me repeat. How many of you can dedicate your lives to the dominion of Africa? Listen to me. All the way to prison and firing squad. Can you publicly commit or dedicate yourself to help Africa, its sons, daughters, African descendants, to emancipate from all forms of slavery? It could be mental slavery, it could be physical slavery, it could be economic slavery, it could be educational slavery, it could be leadership slavery. There are so many forms of slavery that we are suffering under today. Can you be bold enough to say, you know what, this is my fight now also? Literally, come forward and say, this is my fight also. How many of you can publicly say that? Can come in the ring, say that? And back it up by your actions. Back it up by your time. Back it up by your money. Back it up by your creativity. Back it up by any means necessary. Today is your time. That's what I want to talk about. So why this topic today? Guys, for quite a few decades, a lot of our elder Africans, sons and daughters who have came before us, they have fought so much for that freedom. They have fought so much for the right to become ourselves again. They have so very much fought for the freedom, for the equality, for the ability to do what they wanted to do, for the inheritance of our Africa, real estate. The liberty to be yourself, to reclaim your kingship, to take back your full dominion of Africa and African resources. A lot of them, they came before us. They fought over it. Some were killed. Others were imprisoned for so many years. Even some died in prisons. And the cycle continues. And today, it is no different. We have many nations, many nations who have oppressed, who have enslaved Africa and African people. Even up to this very day, the 18th day of March 2022, we still have slavery, both physical and mental slavery. Let me put it there. We have both visible and invisible slavery of sons and daughters and African descendants today in 2018. And as of today, March the 18th, 2022. Imagine, guys, we still have slavery, the visible and the invisible kind. And it is for this reason that I also want to appeal to you again, all over, and ask you, can you publicly get in the ring? can you publicly fight over? This is something that we must fight over, guys. Slavery is one of the most demonic and heinous activity that can be invaded by human beings. Slavery, I actually wonder if human beings came up with that. Somehow, this act of slavery, especially when it's done outside of its rightful place. And I stand corrected, actually. I believe our Maker made slavery. The concept of slavery, the way it was originally conceived, is different than the way we are carrying it on today. And I will explain myself. We are meant to be or to become slaves of our own gifts, of our natural gifts. We are meant to be or to become this, slaves. Slave for life. Because when you become, or when you embrace your true slavery to your gifts, or gift within you, your gifts immediately turn you into a king and a queen in the area of your influence. There's nothing sweet than you being a slave of your own gift, and in turn you becoming the king and queen in the influence of your own gifting. Some of you might not understand what I'm saying, but that's what I'm referring to as the correct position of slavery. I am never going to be, and I was never created to become your personal slave as another human being. Today we practice slavery to other human beings. We make sure that we take away the humanity away from them. And oftentimes we actually manipulate human beings to become like animals, to behave like animals, to commit all kinds of crimes, all kinds of heinous acts against one another. And we want to get rid of this heinous lifestyle, this heinous culture. Each and every one of you can do your part. You have a role to play. I have a role to play. Today I'm playing my role amongst many different roles that I can play. And it is with this reason, or for this reason, that I'm humbly asking you, come over, be courageous, play your role as well, assume your position as well. Be there and do what you got to do. So, coming back to this whole topic, I know that this is not one of those easy topics, but we are going to talk about it anyway. There's no way we cannot ignore, we just cannot ignore it. We just cannot ignore it. By the way, huge shout out to all those of you kings and queens. I see you from social media. All of you, I give you a huge greetings, and happy Friday. Happy Friday to you all, and happy early Saturday to the rest of you guys. Going back because we don't have much time today. How many of you can dedicate your lives to the Dominion of Africa, all the way to prison and fighting squad? Why am I stressing that? Today, we have our brothers and sisters who are doing amazing work. They actually have taken the shoes of our ancestors and they have attempted to wear them, meaning they have attempted to get us back to the liberty land, to that era where we are free, mentally free, physically free, where we are absolutely back to our original selves. There are a lot of brothers and sisters who are working so hard, tirelessly every single day to help us get back to those conditions. However, we also have many other forces fighting against us, pushing us right back to slavery, making sure that we stay slaves for life, making sure that not only we remain slaves, but we also perish as Africans. We are being enslaved, we are being poisoned, we are being taken to wars, we are being killed. I mean, so many things are happening to us, and oftentimes we're not doing anything about it. Because the majority of you believe that you are truly slaves to other human beings. You believe that you are truly slaves to other nations, and your life or your lives are meaningless, when it's not true. So, I don't want to assume that every single one of you understand what a word dedicate means. So, because I do not want to assume, and that doesn't also mean that I'm trying to insult any one of your intelligence. I am absolutely not trying to insult your intelligence. Those of you who know what the word dedicate mean, welcome, because I'm getting ready to check it up on these dictionaries so I can make sure that all of us, we are on the same page. Why do I do this? So that you do not actually take my words and translate them in a way that I'm not referring to them. I want to make sure that my way, or the way I'm translating, or the way I'm saying, get to be the way you actually receive them, so that we may be able to have the same language. Otherwise, it can become Chinese to some of you. And if you do not speak Chinese, then I'll be just mumbling and wasting your time. And that's the very last thing that I would like to do, okay? So, here we go. So, I just looked for the word dedication. And then after that, I will look for actually, let me start with the word dedicate, because I want to make sure that you guys understand what it is. Thank God to this technology, guys. Before time, we used to have a dictionary in the form of a book or an encyclopedia, where you would just be doing this on flipping the pages. So, according to the online dictionary, I'm using Google right now, but I will also use Webster momentarily. So, to dedicate is to devote time, effort, and oneself to a particular task or purpose. To devote something to a particular subject or purpose. To cite a book or other artistic work as being issued or performed in someone's honor. To address, to name, to assign, to offer. Are you getting it? To formally open or unveil. Ceremonially assign to a deity or a saint. This is getting a little too serious. But it is to literally devote time, energy, resources to something you deeply care about. In this instance, what do we care about here at African Dominion? We care about taking back Africa, our leadership, our governorship. We care so deeply about taking back the management contract of Africa, the management of African resources, and everything about Africa. We want to take it all back. We care so deeply about that. Now, I am asking you, how many of you care so much about that, to the extent that you are willing to be taken to prison, to the extent that you are willing to go in front of a firing squad and actually lay down your life just so that you can fight for the lives of your other brothers and sisters, just so that you can be able to reclaim your true identity as Africans, sons and daughters, just so that you can reclaim your real estate, just so that you can reclaim the full dominion of Africa and African resources. How many of you are willing to lay down your lives? How many of you are willing to go to prison for it? Now, I know that this is pretty much putting you on spot. Because some of you might be like, okay, so let me just put my hands up, even though I don't really mean it. I just don't want to be left out. This is not why I'm putting it out here like this publicly. Guys, there is season for everything and time for every purpose. There is season for you to reclaim your true identity as Africans. There is a specific time for me and for you to come and get right down to it. Put your foot down and say, no matter what, I'm here. Do you know your time and do you know your season? That season might bring someone or an organization or an institution to come after you, to challenge you physically, to the extent they might be willing to bring soldiers, police officers, trying to literally take your life, try to take you to prison, try to violate you, your lives, the lives of your brothers, your sisters, your mamas, your loved ones. There are so many tactics being utilized today in order for you to be swayed back, to be swayed from pursuing the dominion of Africa. So many tactics are being utilized today. So many of them. And unfortunately, even our own people are using those tactics against us because they are slaves to some other government outside of Africa, to some institutions, to some organizations, and they haven't been able to actually unplug. And consequently, they're beating, they're singing to the tune of those masters. Guys, we are serious when we talk about this. I am very serious when I'm talking about this. That's why we're spending time on it. So why should it matter who is enslaving you? Why should it matter who is going to fight for you? Why should it matter? You may ask. Your life was predetermined in a very specific sequence. You have been explicitly created with very specific purpose that you have to play, that you have to become on this planet. Myself included. All of you. Part of the reason why we're here is so that we take the dominion of entire Africa. And for those of you who keep on hearing this word, I am simply saying in another way, or in another words, assuming the management contract of the real estate called Africa. And I dare say the planet Earth, its resources, and everything that resides on the planet. It is yours to manage, it is yours to dominate, it is yours to make better, and it is yours to govern. Now, this is not an easy task, and you cannot dominate what you don't know, you cannot dominate what you do not understand, you definitely cannot dominate what you do not have any comprehension over. And you cannot dominate what hasn't been deposited inside of your conscience. So this is not new, guys. Domination of Africa, it's not new. It's an idea that is being awakened. We have been created as kings and queens with the purpose of dominating the entire planet and everything in it, but not dominating one another. That is an exception. So if you are going to do that, you have to be bold, you have to be knowledgeable, you have to do some of the things you've never done before. And what does that take? A whole lot of energy, a whole lot of dedication, which is why I said, how many of you can dedicate your lives to the dominion of Africa? All the way to prison, all the way to the firing squad. Why? Because you are going to be fought by so many stakeholders. So many forces are going to fight you. Up and down, left and right, you name it, they will be there. Those fights, how you win them, and how you see your father taking care of business, will get you closer and closer and closer and closer to your dominion. It is not by accident, guys. Everything that's happening today is not an accident. I just want you guys to know. There's no accident in everything that happens today. There's not a single accident. It may seem like it's an accident, but there's no accident on planet Earth. Everything is pre-planned. If everything is pre-planned, that means there is a starting point and an end point. That's just the way it is. Which means if you do not take control, if you do not take dominion of your own affairs in the right time that has been allocated to you, that has been allocated to your family, that has been allocated to your nation, you are going to forfeit that assignment. And you are going to be judged based on what you have completed, based on what you have done, on the assignments that have been entrusted to you. Again, I know that some of you, this is Chinese, but you get it though. You get it in sometimes ahead, you're gonna get it. So today, I'm very interested in knowing how many of you are bold enough that you can fight over your convictions. How many of you are bold enough that you can choose prison over selling out of your convictions? You can choose prison over selling out another king and queen. You can choose prison over killing your own. How many of you would rather take the alternatives than going outside of your position? It is not an easy thing to say, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. And remember, we are public. We are in the public right now. So any of you who may have ideas and you are bold enough to come publicly, just remember that this is not something that gets to be switched off. It's there for life. That's how deep this work is. So, I would love to just ask each and every one of you kings and queens to take this work seriously. Take your lives seriously. Take your assignment seriously. Get close to all your mentors, those who are there to support, to help you complete your assignment. Because we have so many models ready to assist. But they're not just going to assist just because you're there. They're going to test you. Remember, every single one of us must be tested for what you believe in, for your conviction. Because we got to be able to know who is fake and who is real. And believe me, the test gives you out as to whether you are original or the fake one. The fake one, then they cannot succumb. They literally die trying. So, I want to know how many of you are real. How many of you mean what you say and say what you mean? How many of you can fight over our well-being today and tomorrow? Can fight over our nations? Can fight for the rights to be us, human beings? How many can fight over the right to just exist? How many can fight for your kingship and queenship? How many of you can absolutely go all in? All in. With nothing held back. I want to know you. I want to know you. Because this season requires that all of us, we get to join arms, join forces, and get to do the mighty things that we have been assigned to do. It's almost like building a house. If you see a house in the lenses of bricks, you will see thousands and thousands of bricks. But if you see the house in the lenses of a completed design, all those bricks very carefully aligned together, doors on, windows on, roofs on, now you will see a different kind of picture. The kind of picture that actually makes it possible for you now to move forward to the blessings entrusted within you. Because now the picture is all of a sudden alive, visible. And not only that, you are actually protecting it by any means necessary. That is what I'm talking about today, guys. Can you publicly commit and dedicate yourself to the dominion of Africa, all the way to prison and firing squad? Can you stand against someone ready to kill you, someone ready to take your life, someone ready to challenge you, someone ready to give you a hell, just so that you can abandon the idea of you being you, you becoming you? Can you hang tight? Can you hold on tight to that boldness? I have decided for myself that I will. And I am. Decide for you. I am now going to decide for you, because that responsibility, it is not something small, guys. It is not something small. Which is the reason why I am asking you to search within you. Search within you, because this changes your life. And it changes you forever. What we do here, we are not laughing. We are not being funny. This can be a matter of life and death to some of us, to some of you. This can disrupt your life to the extent that your children, your children's children, and your children's children's children would also be forever affected. It could be in a good or bad way. So choose you wisely. Choose very, 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 very carefully on how you swing with this. To those of you who do not know, I was born in Rwanda. And in Rwanda, we have so many brothers and sisters who have been imprisoned because they have dared. They have dared. They have dared to stand up for their rights. They have dared to stand up on behalf of the voiceless. They have dared to say enough is enough. We're no longer slaves. We are refusing. Most of them have been killed. Others, they are in prison. Others are literally being hunted down by various governments, various institutions, various slave masters. Today in 2022, we're not talking about 20 years ago, 30, 40, 50, 60. We're talking about today, today, today. And now the question becomes, whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Can you help emancipate your brothers, your sisters, your African descendants to emancipate themselves and obtain that freedom and get rid of slavery. The visible and the invisible kind. It could be in the form of mental, physical, spiritual, educational, leadership. There's so many, many things happening. Can you be a part of that? Minding you that there is also risk associated with that kind of boldness. Some of those risks include getting booted off these social media, these radio stations, these television stations. It involves you potentially losing your life sometimes. It involves you going to jail. It involves you losing your families or being excommunicated from some of your family members. It involves many, many, many things, some of which we don't even know right now. But we have to prepare for everything and anything. Now, I am not in the business of scaring you, but I'm in the business of keeping it real with you. Level up with you, so that we do not have an audience, so that we do not have a kind of brothers and sisters as a family who are so casual about everything in life. This is too serious for me to be casual. This is so serious for me to take it lightly. Even though I am fully aware that I don't know everything about this business, but I know one who does. And he never, 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 never goes wrong. That's my Father. That's your Father, your Creator. So make sure you connect with Him. Make sure that you connect with Him. Everything that you believe, put it into practice. Again, everything that you believe, put it into practice. That is in a nutshell what we have to do. I gotta say so much to you guys, but I'm afraid that some of you may not be able to swallow it. My goodness. Guys, today we have seen persecution. We are being persecuted every single day because we are trying, we are going to free ourselves. We are going to emancipate ourselves from the slavery, the invisible and the visible slavery. We are doing it. We make no apologies about it. But there are those groups, those of you who may not like it, and we are okay with it. So choose you today who you are going to side with. But my family and I, we have chosen to side with our Father. We have chosen to side with other kings and queens who have said enough is enough. We got to do something. Today, not tomorrow. So much work, guys. So much work, so much work, so much work. There's so much work. There's so much work. I'm thinking about it and my brain feels like it's boiling. Seriously. But I tell you what though. Whether tough, whether strong, whether tough, whether we're going to shed tears and heartaches, we are going to get it done one way or the other. Guys, we were born with the faculties, with everything that we need to get this job done. We are ready. We've been ready. It's a part of who we are. It's in our DNA, guys. There's no need to pretend. It is in you the same way your gift is already been deposited inside of you. Your Father would never ask something He has never put it inside of you. He only requires what He has already deposited inside of you. So if you find yourself in a predicament, if you find yourself in a situation and you're like, see nobody else around you to help you, know that you are the right fit and you alone should be able to take care of it. Be bold enough that you come through. Be bold enough that you do what you have to do. Be bold enough to open the door to the other brothers and sisters to be the stepping stone, to be the bridge. But don't stand still. Do something. Do something. And it is for this reason that I said to you guys, everything we're doing right now, we're doing it because we have to free ourselves. We've got to lose. We have to lose the shackles, visible and invisible. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody else is going to do it for me. It's a choice, and you must choose. Do it. Because it's on your, it is literally on your menu of the things you have to do. So guys, I want to absolutely tell you that it is a privilege. It's a privilege that everything we're doing for ourselves. We're doing it for our communities. We're doing it for our families. We're doing it for our nations. And just like I have told you, it seems like they're trying to cut us off, like I have told you. Always when you find someone who is fighting against what you're subscribing, you will see it here. You will literally see it here. We make no apologies about any of these guys. We make no apologies about any of these because we mean all of this. And I also want to let you know, guys, that anytime we get cut off, just know that we have backups. Here I'm referring to those of you on social media because they usually are able to turn off those of you on social media. But for the rest of you, you are okay, according to what the technicians tell us. So the rest of you are usually okay, and we can continue the conversation. We can continue what we have to do. And those of you who are on social media in particular, I want you to know that the work that we are doing, the work that we must do, it has to be done. It has to be finished. No matter what they do, how they do it, we have to fight also. I keep on referring to some of these nations. I'm in the United States, so I usually give an example of the United States. Guys, in 1776, the United States was a baby nation, was a toddler, was just brought to in existence. And what they have gone through since then up until today, it's something that only history can tell. The founding father who have decided that, you know what, enough is enough. We can no longer live in these conditions. They've decided to free themselves or to die trying. That's what they have decided to do. And when they did that, they made sure that whatever they did it wholeheartedly. Which means what exactly? They did not fuss about it, they just got it done. They were not beating around the bushes, they did what they had to do. Bear with me, I'm responding to some of my takes telling me that they're trying to send you guys a backup for those of you guys who have been kicked off, especially if you're on, I believe if you're on social media. They're telling me that some of you on YouTube may be having some trouble to connect. So they have just told me that they've got the backup running as well. So I want you to know, guys, that this work, everything that we are doing, we have to do it wholeheartedly. We have to do it wholeheartedly. When the United States cut away from England, the founding father had already accepted two fates: either freedom all the way or death. It was only those two options that they had on the table. Because England was not going to give him a kumbaya. They were not going to congratulate him. It was treason to rebel against the Queen and the King of England. It was treason to attempt to free the rest of those people who were in the Americas, who were working as slaves from English. It was treason, guys. Now, boo me off if what I'm saying is false, especially those networks who actually have been interrupting the signals. We are saying this because we want to make sure that those of you who actually constantly see what we do and you think that this is a game, it's not a game. I'm talking about those of you brothers and sisters. This is something that is life and death to some of you. It is life and death to some of our brothers and sisters, those who have departed already or those who are in jail. Before I forget, because they're telling me that I don't have much time, we have brothers and sisters who are in jail right now. One of my favorite brothers and sisters, just a few anyway, is called one of my queens, one of the queens that I really love. Her name is Idamange, or her name is called Idamange. I want you guys to know her because she had fought for the right of the rest of us, brothers and sisters. She has decided to give up her freedom in exchange for the rest of us who have been enslaved. And when I say for the rest of us, I'm making sure that all of you get to know that some of the things that she has done, that she's been doing, has been doing it at the expense of her own life, at the expense of everything that she believes in, at the expense of leaving her children, at the expense of being put to jail, being mistreated in a way that sometimes you can't even mention. Some of the most horrific way of mistreatment taking place today. So I want you guys to know that this lady, because she's one of the most amazing women that I have ever known, who's just done, she does whatever that she says she does. And currently she is actually in prison because of that same thing that I was telling you about. Let me give you guys another, let me run a few names quickly because I want to wrap up the broadcast after we run these names. The second name that I want to run, guys, can you just give me a good image, please? Don't mess it up because we don't have much time left. I really want a good image. Give me a good image, guys. Yeah, give me a good image. I really want a good image, please. Apologies, guys. My technical team is really slowing me down, and I only have a couple minutes only to show off what I wanted to show you guys. Okay, since they are not helping me up right now, okay, they're telling me that it's coming. Please hurry up. Please hurry up. So there is Lady Idamange as one of the people that I really admire so much, who is in jail right now because of standing up on behalf of the Rwandese people. There's this guy called Karasila Aimable. He's also one of the people who are in jail for speaking out on behalf of Rwandese people. Now, don't get me wrong. This whole entire planet has had a share of people who have gone to jail. Nelson Mandela, you guys know him. He went to jail on behalf of the South Africans. 27 years in jail on behalf of South Africans. There's so many other. I want you to really take some time and study people in your own lives, in your own nations, who are going far and beyond, trying to do what you are now willing to do today, including getting killed, including doing some of the most horrific things, including accepting some of the most mistreatment you can ever experience. Another brother that it would be a remiss if I don't mention him, my brother called Kizito Mihigo. If they can put his picture there too, please. Kizito also is one of these brothers whose life was taken away because of what he was doing on behalf of the Rwandese people. He sacrificed his life so that Rwandese people can actually become free, so they can be free all the way. Those of you who do not know him, please get to know him. We have many brothers and sisters who are in jail currently. Another one of the women that I really want to say also who's been really fighting hard, her name is Victoire Ingabire. We don't have airtime to really talk in depth of all these people. There are plenty of them. Now, I also want to put a disclaimer up front. We only have a few minutes. I'm only running randomly some images, and it is not to diminish the importance of all these role models, the importance of the gifts that these people have given to our nations. We have many people who are on the list. I'm only cherry picking here and there. And it is not to say that I'm minimizing someone here or someone there. But that is why I'm asking you today, the way I started. How many of you today, how many of you today can publicly dedicate your lives to the dominion of Africa, to the dominion of your own nation, to the dominion of your own village, to the dominion of your own family inheritance, all the way to prison, all the way to the firing squad? Are you the kind of individual, are you the kind of brother and sister, are you the kind of king and queen who is willing to lose law, to lose it all, so that the rest of your brothers and sisters can have it all? Kizito has done it. Victoire Ingabire has done it. There's another brother that I call, another brother called Hassan, Chuma Hassan. I'm not going to tell you who he is, but we will get to that at some point. There's another gentleman by the name Deo Mushahidi. The list is long. The list is long, guys. The list is long. Again, there's very few images that they are putting there. I have thousands of images that I would love to share with you guys, but it would be a remiss if I didn't do this today. So, in less than a few days, Rwanda will begin a time period of mourning. This is where we remember genocide that took place in Rwanda. So the month of April all the way to July, we get to remember people. We get to remember a lot of things that has taken place in Rwanda. We will make sure that you get to actually know what's been happening in Rwanda. Who has done what and when. This month of April is going to be a crucial month. And we want to be able to share with you our experience, guys. The raw, the good, the bad, and the ugly of what's been happening. And by the way, I want you to know that we have foreigners who's been a part of that whole genocide masterminding. It's been almost 31 years. Not one single foreign agency, not one single foreign nation, not one single foreign institution has been indicted, has been taken to prison for the genocide that took place in Rwanda. You have many people who are innocent, who have rotten and died in prison for the things they've never done. You have many people who have been wrongfully accused today, and they are still in jail. There's so much to say, guys, and I'm being booted off. I'm being taken off the air right now. But I'm grateful for this opportunity. And I want you guys to ponder on what I have asked you. Can you publicly commit yourself to help Africa, its sons and daughters, African descendants, emancipate from all types of slavery? It could be mental, physical, spiritual, economic, education, leadership. The list is long, guys. Can you see yourselves being a part of that? How many of you can you dedicate your lives to the dominion of Africa? All the way to prison and the firing squad. I'm going to end it there. I thank you so very much, guys. Please leave us some sort of comments. We'd love your comments. We'd love to hear we'd love to hear what you have to say. And I also want to say that I'm extremely humble and extremely I'm really glad. I'm so excited. I'm so humble for this opportunity to serve you today, to be here, to just say a word or two, even though we are running late. But it would be a remiss if I didn't say that I'm super humbled by the opportunity that we have been given. Thanks to HMG Network and the affiliates for having broadcasted this signal. And also woe to all those of you who have been disconnecting our signal, who have been cutting us off. We are going to say this, we are going to say it, to say it. We are not going to stop, guys. This is our season, this is our time. You cannot take us offline. It's not going to happen, guys. If it's not on this network, it will be on another network. If it's not on this platform, it'll be on another platform. That's just how we roll, and that's how it's going to be. So please leave us some comments at afridominion.com. Be sure to leave us an email, a phone number, whatever, however you want to reach out to us. We are more than grateful to hear from you guys. But also do not forget to give us a hand if you find this program helpful. We would love to receive your support, your financial support, your time, your creativity, whatever kind of help that you can help. We are super grateful in advance. Why? Because this show is 100% fully. It is fully funded by us, sons and daughters of Africa, as well as angel investors. And with that in mind, guys, thank you so very much. I'm super grateful for the opportunity to have served and to have been here today. And I also want to ask that you share this content to the rest of your networks, especially those of you who have the opportunity to go on social media and so on. With that in mind, I am Freeman Singirankabo with afridominion.com. You guys have a super fantastic day. Thank you so very much for all that you are doing for us, for all that you are doing on behalf of our brothers and sisters all over Africa and all over the world. Thanks to all that you are doing on behalf of the voiceless brothers and sisters all over. We promise you, we will not back down. We will finish this fight. We began it and we will end it. And with that in mind, guys, thank you kindly. I wish you all a beautiful day, a beautiful, fantastic afternoon to some of you, a beautiful morning to the rest of you, and a beautiful evening to those of you who are going to bed. Until next time, we will see you, and thank you so much, and good night for now. Thank you.